Listen, so you're doing some reading, catching up on the reading.
Yeah. Hey, Seph.
Any calls today?
No calls today.
No calls.
Well,
Been hoping Mr. Carver would call.
what I've decided is I'm just going totally digital. So, see.
Well, the computer is digital.
Yeah.
It's not analog.
Right. Well, I'm not accepting phone calls anymore. Only emails.
Oh, I see. When did you decide this?
Well, I think earlier this week.
I see. So is this the first day that you have been practicing this?
The first full day.
Now, do the people that we are in contact with about the movie know that the best way to reach us is by email?
I'm getting there.
You seem a little distracted.
Well, yeah, I'm worried about Frodo.
Frodo Baggins?
Yeah. Frodo Baggins.
Frodo Baggins.
Yeah. I don't trust Gollum.
Yeah. Well, he's treacherous.
Have you read this?
Yes, I read the Lord of the Rings in college. I saw the movies as well.
There's a movie?
There's 3 movies, yes. Yeah. They're pretty famous. One of them won a lot of Academy Awards, and they're...
Oh, no. I dropped my bookmark.
Yes.
They-
Okay, well,
They won Academy Awards.
yeah, the Oscars, big time. The third one, The Return of the King, which is, the book that comes after that one. It won, 14 Academy Awards or something like that. Best Picture. Yeah.
Well, boy, I'm
Believe
gonna
me.
have to look into that.
The movie's left out a lot. It's almost
Yeah.
like it's just one long fight scene with orcs. I mean, basically, that's how I...
Yeah, I'm worried about him.
Yeah, Frodo is, he's a good soul.
I know, that's one of the reasons I really like him.
It could be that, the ring, it's a good thing that the ring came to him. I mean, you read that part.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you anything about what happens after where you are, but, so I'll...
No,
I don't want to spoil
want
it
any
for you.
spoilers. No, I have this much to go yet. So that'll be...
Plus, you got another volume that's around that size, so...
Next
it's
week,
gonna-
maybe.
Yeah, right. Especially if you don't do any work. So here's the deal.
I'm kind of hoping that this is going to help phone
I think
calls
that
get
that's
cut
going to
down.
ensure that we don't hear from anybody. Unless
Yeah.
you do some work and contact the people who, via email, which if that is now your preferred method of communication,
Yeah.
business communication, then you have to contact the people to let them know this email address.
Yeah.
I mean, I got my phone.
Well, I just thought
Christ.
that I would, when they email me, I'll just say, keep emailing back. And I can take notes with paper if I need to. But I don't know that I really, I'm ready to take notes.
Why not?
Well, but I'm thinking mostly I don't know how
Send your
to.
notes.
I'm thinking that emails will just take care of everything all at once.
Right, it's print, it's not cursive.
So that way I'm not going to lose any information at any point. All of it will just be in text all the time.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you this because you're a woman.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
When a woman in a relationship
I know that. Yeah.
asks or says, I want a cool down period in our relationship,
Uh-oh.
what does that mean?
What? Did you... Okay, just ask me one more. I think I heard you, but I want to be sure. What did you just ask me?
When a woman
Yeah.
in a relationship,
Yeah.
a romantic relationship,
Romantic relationship, yeah.
says to her man,
Uh-huh.
let's have a cool down period in our relationship.
You want to know what that means?
I'm asking you that because you're a woman, and I'm thinking that maybe you have some insight into this.
Yikes. It's not really probably very great for you to maybe hear that.
Well, why not?
Well,
I mean, I have a
Cool
feeling
down.
I know, but I'd like to hear what you have to say.
yeah, you think you might... Do you think you might kind of already know?
Becky is,
Did Becky say this?
Becky said this.
That's what I thought.
She said this a few days ago.
Oh,
At about,
man.
it was about 9 a.m. I was at her place, and I was just about to leave to come here, and she said this to me, and the night before had been, just like usual, everything was fine, and as far as I knew, everything was hunky-dory, but she says this to me, and I had this feeling that I felt a lurch in my gut. I mean, like an actual physical, lurch. And
Yeah.
I thought
Like a hollow pit.
a hollow pit.
Yeah.
But it moved. It moved. Actually
It
moved inside my
lurched.
body.
It literally, it lurched.
It was like
The
it was
pit
like an upward pressure that moved up into my body cavity, and it was like
I think that's her body telling you something.
yeah, it's saying
Believe her.
This, but my mind is still saying, oh God, you cannot. This cannot be the case because Becky. I'm really starting to get used to this woman in my life, and it's really difficult to contemplate the fact that I might be, losing her.
Yeah, well, Seph, I think I have to be honest with you and tell you that it might not be good that she said that to you.
I'll tell you, it could be my fault because one thing I've often wondered about the female race is to what extent are they into me for me as opposed to my money.
Yeah.
So I decided last week to test that assumption with Becky.
Oh, you did.
I did. I said, I told her, that I had suffered some financial setbacks. Some unwise stock decisions, plus I like to play poker sometimes and gamble, which is on occasion true. I kind of exaggerated that for the sake of, being convincing to her about this.
Uh-huh.
And so she, and then I thought everything was okay. I mean, we were getting along like usual for the next several days. And then a few days ago, we need to cool down, that kind of thing. And I think I may have,
Wow.
I may have shot myself in the foot.
Are you testing her, or is this the truth?
You mean, do I have financial problems?
Yeah.
No. I don't. But
Oh, that's
I've got money stored in various locations. I'm a what's the word? Solvent. I mean, you're worried about it, like in the case of, gee, I hope Seph has money, because otherwise you won't be able to pay me, right?
I need this job.
I know you do. I know you do. So it's like, don't worry about that. I mean, I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it.
I hope so.
I mean, I've been. You hitched your wagon to me. What was it? 8 years ago, and everything's been fine.
I have to
I've
keep
allowed-
this job.
I have allowed secretarial non-behaviors. I mean, like what you would expect from a secretary. I've allowed some of these things.
I'm a professional. Seph, I do this for a living.
That is true. You do
What are
something
you
for a living.
saying?
Well, I'm saying, this recent
What are you
decision,
trying?
this recent decision to not take phone calls, but to switch everything over to email, and nobody knows what our email address is. That's kind of counterproductive.
Well, eventually that's going to be streamlining things. I'm streamlining things.
Well,
It's the
there's one
latest.
less phone in the office. I can see that.
Maybe you
yes.
haven't heard of, going, strictly to computers. Join the 21st century. I'm just saying because this is my job.
Yeah.
So I know. I don't expect you to know that. Because you're not a secretary.
Right. I
And I am.
I don't know what the
Full-time.
cutting edge decisions that a business office professional like you makes. And
This
so
is full time.
consequently, I don't know. I'm just saying, you gotta let people know what the email address is, and that's
Like
going to
4
require
or
some.
5 days a week.
You have to email some people. Is what I'm saying. You got to email Mr. Carver, and you got to spell his name right. It's CARVER.
What?
VER.
C-A-R.
Carver. Like imagine like carving a turkey. Carver.
I thought it was T-E-R.
No, that's Jimmy Carter. Carver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's... I was having some communication issues.
With.
Mr. Carver.
Very good, Carver. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how so? He's a well-spoken man. What was the problem?
Well, going totally to computer and all. Maybe I don't have his right email address.
Yeah, well, I mean,
C-A-R.
I have a feeling that kind of man has people to deal with his communications.
E-R. R-V-E-R.
VER.
I better write it down.
You better write it down.
See, that's why I have this right here, so I can write these
And you have the
things
book.
down.
You have the Tolkien book so that you can pass time in the office. It's very good to cover all those bases.
And I have caffeine here too, so...
Caffeine is a very good thing, especially when you want to act like you're not asleep. Listen,
Keeps me on the ball.
you're saying that Becky is giving me this crazy answer because I'm going to be basically I'm on the outs with her is what you're saying.
She might be... Seph, she might be on the outs with you.
Oh my God. Oh, Becky. I mean, I
Yeah.
want to. I listen. I mean, I called Mr. Carver, and I said, I know you said you didn't want to come back to New York, but can we meet again before I go to Long Beach? And he said, what's the problem? And that kind of, JR, you weren't going to let talk.
Yeah, I know how
So it's
he
like,
is. I remember his voice.
I was like, what I need is to have a further discussion with you about possibly postponing the beginning of the shoot out in Long Beach, California.
Yeah,
And, I'm just asking for a couple of days so that I can
You know how I am. I always get really nervous right before shooting a film. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just it's like this.
Are you thinking that what you're really going to do is try to maybe talk to Becky?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's why I want to postpone going out to Long Beach.
Oh boy. What are you going to say to her?
Becky, you and I have great times. We're good together. We're like the sun and the moon sharing the sky at the same time in daylight.
That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it might be the wrong thing to say to her because she has a very prosaic mind. She doesn't really think in terms of poetics.
What if you say something like, hey, Becky, I'll get you some more shoes?
Yeah. Well, that's a possibility.
That might be an okay
That costs
idea.
money. I mean, I'm like really good shoes, expensive shoes. I mean,
Yeah.
She likes really expensive shoes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That might help
Yeah.
a little bit. It might help a little bit.
So that sounds like I'm paying her to hang out with me, to spend time with me, and be my
Kind
girlfriend.
of. Maybe that's an important part of the relationship. I was going to write down something. Oh, yeah. C A R V. Yeah, VER.
Yeah, like carving a turkey.
Carver.
Think Thanksgiving.
Carver. Mr.
Yeah.
I got to put the Mr. in
Yeah.
front of that. Mr. So I'll write an arrow pointing. That will remind me that it's Mr. Carver, not Mr.
Carter.
Carter.
Yeah, Carter.
Not.
Yeah, right.
Not.
Yeah. Not Jimmy Carter. Carver.
Not Mr.
Ver.
No.
Oh, yeah, not Mr. Carter.
Right. Not Mr. Carter. Mr. Carver. And I'm going to draw some arrows there too.
Yeah, you could diagram that.
I'm going to.
You know, you could use the computer to do some computer animation and drawing and things like that to make you understand that the guy's name is Carver, not Carter.
That would not be a good use of my time, though.
Probably not, because you might miss the latter pages of the two towers. You haven't even gotten up to the point where they meet the spider.
Oh.
Big spider.
Oh, is Frodo gonna be there for the spider?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I won't say anything more.
Is that
It's
in
exciting.
this?
It's really exciting.
Is that gonna be in this book?
It's in that book. It's a bit beyond where you were.
Right back here, only this small part right
Yeah,
there.
it happens near the end there.
I hate spiders.
Yeah, well, you know, they serve a purpose. So anyway, Becky, I got to buy her some shoes.
Becky, yeah, you might
Do you think I need to buy her some clothes and such?
to go with the shoes.
Maybe get her access to a Learjet so she can visit me out in California and in England when I'm on location.
Well, can you do those things?
No, but maybe I could convince Mr. Carver to part with some of his money.
Mr.
Carver. Yes. The
Not Mr.
man,
Carter.
the guy, the hick that was in here with all the money. Yeah.
Well, he was kind of mean.
He's condescending. He's sarcastic. Yeah, that kind of got on my nerves, I gotta tell you. So I'm gonna be seeing him tomorrow, and I'm gonna put up with that for the sake of being able to stick around in New York so I can talk to Becky again and try to, maybe buy her some shoes. I don't know if I'm not gonna get her a Learjet, but I'm gonna buy her some shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Take her out shoe shopping. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go over there and I'll say, hey, Becky, would you like to go to your favorite shoe store in Manhattan?
I bet you know what? Seph, I think she might say yes.
So that cool down period might end up being more like it just dipped down into the 60 degrees Fahrenheit and then it went back up
Things could
to
heat
the
up again.
hot, sizzling times we've been having, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm thinking that I think that might be a good approach.
Yeah.
It might be a wise move, and I would say try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
don't
I could
spend
salvage.
too much because, I really like working here, and
You don't want me to bankrupt myself. He was like, that's understandable, but bear in mind.
I really like Cheetos, and that's kind of
Yeah,
one
they are
of
pretty good.
that's kind of one of the things that.
May I?
Oh, please.
I'm just gonna have one.
Yeah.
They're not good for you, but anyway, here we go.
Well, yeah, they're a quality. It's an issue of quality of life for me. So
The thing I don't like about them, and the thing is that I like them, but once I start eating them, I ended up eating like half a bag because I like them a lot.
well, that happens
Does
to
that
me a
happen to you?
lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Anyway,
So,
so I
wow,
turned the
it's-
mouth of the Cheeto bag towards you. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if I don't have to look into the bag and see all those little Cheetos in there, then I don't want to eat them.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just eat
I
this
can
one right here.
vicariously enjoy you eating.
I'm
the
just gonna
Cheetos.
eat that.
So I'm thinking that I buy her a nice pair of pumps, and that could buy me another couple of weeks in her heart. But then I'll have to buy her some more stuff.
I mean,
I got some decisions to make about
that
this
might
woman.
be the kind of relationship that you have with her.
It wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that before I told her that I may not have any money, and she's going to be surprised. That's the thing. I'll say, "Hey Becky, actually I do have money."
Oh, that she would be surprised about that. I
I was
think.
just, except I can't tell her that I was testing her.
No, I don't
She's
think
gonna
that's a good idea.
This woman is from Kansas. She's got her feet on the ground. You know what I mean? When she's
Yeah.
not wearing the pumps. Her parents are Methodists, and she just had this. I cannot convey to a woman. You're a woman. How enjoyable it is to be with a woman like that. I mean, from a purely physical standpoint. Hence my dilemma in being dumped by her, if that's what she did. I think maybe she was testing me.
That's
by
what she
seeing
was
that
probably
cool-down
thinking.
period.
Did you pass the test?
Did I pass the test? It remains to be seen.
If she was.
Do
tested.
I buy her the pumps? I'm
Yes.
talking not your everyday average pumps, but super pumps.
Jimmy Choo's.
The kinds of pumps that Cindy Crawford wears, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Really expensive.
Yeah, you need designer. She needs designer.
I realize that I'm spending too much time thinking about somebody that's sort of distracting me from the fact that I got to make a big movie, starting like in 2 days.
Yeah.
And then if I get the extension from Mr. Carver, then I'm going to be.
Yeah, Carver.
Yeah,
See,
it's Carver.
I wrote it down.
It's definitely Carver. The thing is, listen, I got that on the first time that he ever told me.
Wow.
That's neither here nor there. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I think I just hurt your feelings. It was just it came out. It just shot out of my body. That little put down. I'm really sorry that I just upset you. I'll buy you a bag of Cheetos. I know you'd probably like me to buy you some pumps.
Well.
I'll give you a raise. How about I give you an extra 15 a week? Think what you could buy with an extra 15 a week.
Some cigarettes for my mom.
Yeah.
$15, an extra 15 would be nice. I'd
Sure.
go for that.
I'm not going to let you down, Melissa. I'll tell you,
Good.
that Carver,
Mr. Bolero. I just think of him as Mr. Bolero.
Bolo.
Mr. Bolo.
Yeah. Well, don't go too far. I mean, this is a guy that supplies money.
I heard him talk,
You know what I mean?
bragging about his horses.
Yeah. He's very proud of what he's got. He's proud of the.
What about him anyway?
Well,
He's going to give you more money. Only if you can get this taken care of with Becky. Don't say Becky to him.
That's a good idea. See, this is why I keep you around. You come up with some good ideas sometimes. Listen, I think he would probably not appreciate that.
No, he would
I got to
not.
come up with a different reason. Maybe I'm having a nervous breakdown or something. Maybe that's not a good idea either. I think.
What do you think? What do you
Oh,
think?
I got it.
What?
I did this on the second film I ever made. You give me an extra couple of days before starting this movie,
Yeah, yeah.
and I will do an even better job than I would have otherwise. Because my mind will be clear of everything in my personal life. I will be completely unfettered.
Seph, I think they might yell at you.
And he doesn't yell. He's very cynical and patient. And
Well, that's what I mean.
you know,
He's gonna be mean.
You know, he uses all his agricultural references and stuff. I mean,
And
it's
horses.
just, it's annoying, you know. I mean, like somebody who lives out in the country, it's just like, what the hell, you know? I don't know what to make of that. Yeah, I mean, he uses words like manure.
I know. I think I heard him
He
say that.
apologized for saying the word hellhole, you know.
I might have heard some of the things that he said to you when you were visiting with him in your office.
Well, the office is right over there, and the door was open. Yeah, of course he did.
Well, I might have.
Maybe, you know,
heard
it might have been difficult to hear it over the crunch of the Cheetos, but
But when I wasn't crunching, sometimes I heard parts. I think I heard him saying things about wrenches.
yeah,
Like
he,
throwing a wrench into things. And I
Yeah,
know what
right.
that means.
right, he's talking about, because I'm assuming you must have told him about Becky.
Well, I might have. I can't remember. It was so
Okay,
long
let me
ago.
tell you something. Becky kept convincing me to stick around a little bit longer.
I know,
You know,
because she's
and
convinced.
it's like,
me
I gotta
that.
get going, I gotta get going. So finally I got going. And then I was like in some
Mm-hmm.
traffic. I was in a traffic snarl.
Probably
Not-
most of it was Becky.
Most of it
a
was
snarl
Becky.
with
It's
Becky.
a snarl with Becky, and it wasn't a snarl as such. It was, you know,
Yeah, it was like you were busy.
yeah,
She was making a couple of convincing points, probably.
right.
I see her on TV. Well, don't tell him anything about Becky. If you tell him that you want time to really clear your head and really cleanse your creativity,
My chi.
cleanse your chi.
Yeah, the Chinese idea of like the spiritual body energy and all that stuff. Yeah.
That
I need to
you
cleanse
might
my
have
chi.
Something there.
Now the thing is about that guy,
There
he's so
you go.
square, he probably doesn't know what that is.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
it's my chi.
Cleanse your chi. You're going out to the West Coast.
Yeah, they talk about that stuff out there. Plus, you know, you
He's
go out
Southern
there and
man.
they're having mudslides, they're having all kinds of crazy crap going on out there, fires, and it's kind of dangerous out there. I got to
Your
cleanse my chi.
Is gonna need some serious.
I need to be in really good condition.
Well, either that or what if your flight got canceled because they couldn't email me.
Yeah, but he can check into the flights or have his secretary do it.
But I'm not his secretary.
I know, but that is published. I mean, that's information that you can find out about.
What if I don't get your tickets?
Oh, I see. Maybe you forgot to get my tickets. You forgot to get my tickets because of why?
Because I was
Oh.
confused about how
Maybe
to
you
get-
got the date wrong on the tickets and you put it like a couple of days forward. Now the thing is, Carver is rich enough that he could say, "Well, Seth, I'm gonna fly you out there
That's good.
on my plane,"
That is good.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Seth.
Seth, don't you worry about that.
Time.
Don't you worry about that with my $15,000 watch. I'm gonna make sure that you get on that plane on time. I'm even gonna
I
send.
have a real phone.
I'm even going to send somebody over to your apartment and knock on your door loudly 27 minutes before you have to get up, and they're going to make sure that you are packed into a special car I'm going to send over for you.
Oh, I don't have time to watch you eat a sandwich.
You're going to jet across the country in nice comfort in a Learjet, and it's going to be very nice, and you'll get to have a meal, and
Yeah.
there's a stewardess,
Oh,
and so it's really nice.
Because I got all kinds of money. Me and my wife have
Yeah.
horses.
My consortium of rich friends, we're gonna take care of you in that regard. Don't worry about it.
He might say these things.
He might say these things or something
Let's
along
talk
those
like a
lines.
Mar again. I like that part.
Like a what?
What else are you gonna say about him?
Talk like a what?
More like him.
Well, Seph,
Well,
the thing
Seph.
about horses is they make a lot of manure.
Yeah, a lot of
And all
manure.
I'm seeing when I'm walking around here is a bunch of manure.
And I walk
I've been getting
around.
lots of manure. I just spent 30 minutes out in your office watching your secretary eat a sandwich.
Yeah, and I don't have
I don't
time
have time for this.
for this.
The only pleasure I'm getting out of this is looking at my $15,000 watch.
Which is probably a cheap knockoff.
He told me he told me later on when I was walking him out. I asked him. I said, "Where'd you get that watch?" And he said, "Well, I got it from my missus."
Oh, my missus this, and my missus
25th
that.
anniversary.
Oh, we've been married for 25 years. Well, la-ti-da.
I'm sure his missus is very thrilled with how much money he has.
Uh-huh. You know what, Seph? He might understand more about this situation than we're giving him credit for.
What do you mean?
Well, how much does Mrs. Carver love Mr. Carver?
You mean like, does he like give her shoes sometimes to make her think certain ways? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that's a possibility.
Kind of like with Becky?
I was just going to ask you if you actually liked Becky.
I'll tell you something. When you walk into somebody's apartment and there are no books in the apartment, you go into there's a coffee table. It doesn't actually have anything on it in the living room. Nothing. There's nothing on her coffee table.
Not even like a coffee table book?
Usually people have like a magazine, at least a magazine or
Not
a
even a
coffee table
coffee
book,
table
like
book,
some
huh?
art book that somebody gave them for Christmas or something like that. She doesn't have anything.
Maybe she puts all of her personality into her shoes.
And really, when you get right down to it, she stands in front of a green screen and she talks about weather patterns. And she looks at a monitor to determine where she's gesturing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where Albany is. This is where Long Island is, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
How much skill does that require?
It's not as hard as it is to be a secretary. I know that.
Well, it's not as hard as it is to be a really good professional secretary. That's true.
Or even just a regular secretary, because I could totally do her
I would say that a regular secretary is a professional secretary.
Really good, like me.
I'll tell you something.
Because I'm moving into the future.
We've talked about challenges here. How about this? Since I'm your boss, I'm saying this. There's something that I want you to do that is perfectly logical in terms of what you have done with our communication system. Now, as you write, are you also going to absorb the information
I'm going to write it and then absorb.
and then read it? Kind of like with the book.
That's why I'm writing it
all right.
down.
Like with Frodo and Sam and all that.
Poor Frodo.
I know Frodo is heading into a dark place. Okay. So, but that's what makes it an exciting adventure story, right? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I want you to contact everybody associated with this production via email. You write emails to all these people. Now, I'm not saying they have to be long emails, but you have to let them know that to contact this office, they need to email us.
I better get up to the desk here. It seems like I might have to write a lot.
No, all you gotta write is
Mail.
email everybody connected with the production.
Everybody.
You've got that master list.
Email everybody. That's number one.
I'm not saying email 7.5 billion people. I'm saying email
Yeah. Email
about
everybody.
I don't know how many people it is. It's like 127 people or 200
Oh, that
people. It's
is
something like
so
that. It's a
many
lot of people.
emails.
But
That is
you created this problem by getting rid of the phone. They don't know how to contact us. They know how to
After I
contact me
email
on my
them, what do
iPhone.
I say?
What? They don't know. They know how to contact me on my iPhone.
I'm gonna email them and say, call Seph. I want to email
No,
everybody.
don't do, no. I don't want everybody connected to the production to call me.
Seph.
Oh,
But that
Christ.
is...
No, that is not, that, Lissa,
Yeah.
that is
Yes.
not what I want you to do.
Ooh, okay. Email.
I don't want all those people calling me.
Don't call Seph. Say.
Don't even mention that.
Call. Hey, everybody. Don't call Seph.
Don't say, don't call Seph to people. That's irrelevant. I need you to just contact these people and let them know. This is what I want you to let them know. Are you paying attention?
Do you
need a couple Cheetos to get some energy?
Is I write it, then I absorb it.
Oh, God. These people need to know what our email address is. That's what you're telling them. That's all you're telling them.
Here, dear everybody, here is our email address. Probably not low.
No.
No. Just like sincerely.
You can say sincerely.
I'm gonna just sign it Lissa. Lissa.
I think you should put your full name.
Lisa.
Hecht.
Lissa.
Yeah. Let me see.
Hecht.
Let me see here.
See? Lissa. Hecht.
Now this everybody here.
Yeah, dear everybody.
This is not what you write to like you're writing to an individual.
Yes.
Like say you're writing to an associate
Like,
producer.
dear Mr.
Listen to me. You're
Horse
writing-
owner, bolo tie.
forget about him for a second.
Yeah.
Because he creates turmoil in your heart. Listen to me carefully, okay? I don't want to repeat this. Let's say an associate producer. You email the associate producer, okay? I happen to know that one of them is named Chapman. Don't write that down right now, okay? It's written on the master list. Dear Mr. Chapman, to reach Seph Hickerson's Brooklyn office, this is our email address, or something along those lines.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, come on.
I can do some cutting and pasting. I know how to do that.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you say in all of these. And yes, it's going to be laborious and tedious to do. But I need you to get it done in the next couple of days. Okay?
Couple of days.
Yeah. You might have to leave the book at home. You might have to leave, The Return of the King, which is the sequel to this, at home. Okay.
What? $15 extra a week, though.
Yeah. But
Yes.
But maybe how about this?
What?
You get something like this done. And this might be more work than you've done in a long time.
And Cheetos.
Because it's going to be some tedious, like 148, writing the same thing over and over again. But it really, seriously, it's not going to take you that long. Well,
This is going to be a lot of work. You do it and
No.
see how long it takes
I'm
you.
not going to do it.
Well, you act like it's just going to be so easy.
I don't have time to do it. I got other things I got to do. I got to meet with Mr. Carver tomorrow.
You think I was born to not read? You know, Frodo is in a very bad predicament right now.
You were hired to not read when you're at work, but I'm letting it go. I'm letting that go, but I'm just saying. would you
Yeah,
just
because who
do
else
this
would
simple thing for me?
who would do this job if you couldn't play chess or read Frodo or anything like that? Who would do it? Good luck finding somebody else.
Becky. Oh, God. 3 days have gone without Becky.
It's pretty rough.
So, do you understand your assignment?
I understand it.
I want that list done.
I'm not saying I can't do
I want
it.
you to have gone through that list and to have sent out
I
all
just
those
think
emails
it's a little extreme, your timeline, that's all.
before I leave for California.
But you getting a couple of extra days though, probably, so that should work out fine.
It's not a question of doing like 12 in one day. It's a question of doing like about 79 in one day at least.
How am I gonna have lunch?
How about eat lunch as you're doing it? A working lunch. Hey, I'm going to be having a power lunch.
This is not-
I'm having a power lunch with Mr. Carver.
This is not Oliver Twist here.
What?
Well, what I'm saying is, I get a lunch.
Oh, sure. I know. I'm not begrudging your
Well,
lunch.
you just said
And if you're here at
working
dinner time, I
lunch.
don't
That
begrudge you having a
scared me.
dinner.
That scared me. Huh?
I'm not begrudging you having a dinner. If you're here at dinner time, which you sometimes are, because you work so slowly that it takes you forever to do like a normal 8-hour day. You end up taking 14 hours to do it sometimes.
Well, how am I going to get my
God,
cigarettes to my mom?
Jesus Christ.
I have to go pretty soon anyway, because I need to take her cigarettes.
Oh, God.
So, quit, you know what?
So forget about like doing. You could get a start on the list of 148 names.
Yeah, and you know what? You could maybe get
You could
out
probably-
of here
you-
so I could do my work.
You could probably do 30 of them.
Third,
Okay, you could do 15. 12. How about this? You could do 5. And then go do the cigarettes.
I could give it a try.
You're doing a fine job. Yep. Turn the computer on. It's the up button on the upper right. There you go.